This is my studio. Most of you who are subscribers and back for more are already acutely aware of the fact that this mess is where I do a lot of my work. And now that I'm doing 2 videos a week, I figured it's about time I start doing more studio vlogs. More conversations about the work that I'm doing, with the process, how I go about my business, so that maybe, just maybe, somebody on the other end either number 1 appreciates it, or number 2 just it takes a lesson from something I've done, whether it's made a mistake and take a lesson to not do that, or I've done something well and you learn from that. I want to be making a lot of changes here. In fact, I want to make this place really beautiful, but I think I need to blow it up. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dave Connery. I'm an artist designer based in Southern California, and I really am. I'm going to completely destroy what's going on in there. Not completely. I'm going to destroy a lot of what's going on in there, but before I can show you any of that, there's something I need to talk to you about regarding YouTube and analytics. I watched a video the other day about how to adequately read the information that you seem to get from YouTube, that I'm getting from YouTube, and I need to do better about reading that information. There's some places where I'm just not doing a very good job. Okay, I'm really gonna have to move on this because my battery life is not great, and so we need to get this done quickly. But there's really only 2 metrics here I need to show you. So the first thing I wanna talk about is watch time. And watch time is essentially that metric where how long people stick around. You know, I've got some videos that, they're relatively flat, but then again, this metric might be way totally skewed because some of these videos get way more watch time at a certain point and then people bail out. But when I look at all the other metrics, my watch time is about 7 minutes on average, and that's great except for the fact that some of my videos go 15, 20, 30, even 40 minutes long. So a 7-minute watch time isn't spectacular, but with some of these tutorial videos, you just never know how long people are gonna stick around. Try to make sure that I point people to the right point of the video, so in those longer ones, they have somewhere to jump to, as opposed to just like, hey, if you watch the whole thing, I guarantee you'll find exactly what you're looking for at some point. I hate videos that do that, and I don't want to be that guy. But there's one other metric I want to talk to you guys about, and that's here in the audience panel, and it's right here. Watch time from subscribers. What this is basically telling me is that subscribers are responsible for only 8% of my viewership, and the other 92% is roughly anybody who's never seen me before. Which means I'm pulling people in to watch the stuff, but they don't come back. That is bad. It should be the exact opposite. Every YouTuber on here wants it to be the exact opposite. We want to get you in, we want to keep you in, and we want you coming back. So I totally get this. I totally understand why people are here. I get it that they're coming for the more tutorial-based content around the design programs, or maybe it's on the Shopify or the Printful stuff. They're coming for that. I get that. But I want you to stick around. I want you to follow the journey. What I really want is for you to look at me and say, what? This old dude can make this happen, so can I. And I want you to follow along with the journey. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to be entertained and informed. So basically what I'm saying is what I'm doing back there in the studio is all to hopefully get a few of you to stick around a little bit longer. Is it an actual thing that could happen? I don't know, but I'm willing to try anything at this point. And a lot of these YouTube gurus say that's what I need, is a better environment. Now let's be honest, part of why I'm doing this is mostly for the vanity of it. I just don't feel good about bringing you guys into this space, because I know it looks like trash, and I don't want to feel like I look like trash because it looks like trash. But at some point, I'm just gonna have to own it. It's a mess, and it needs to go. I need to set the mood lighting a little bit because I'm gonna prove a point in just 1 second. But before I do that, I want to talk about more. I'll go a little bit more in depth about the future of the channel, what I feel like is going to be the next generation from 2021 on. Number one, I want people to be engaged, a little bit of a reality show type of thing, but I also want people to be able to see the roadmap of what I'm actually doing. Sharing my journey with the art. Not only how is the art itself progressing, but how am I taking it through the steps to go from creation to production to selling it to somebody on whatever platform that I happen to be selling it on. Even the design-oriented tutorials that I want to make, I want them to be more focused towards the types of projects that I would be making anyway. So if I'm planning on making a line of t-shirts or hats or whatever, then I want to do tutorials that are kind of surrounding that idea. If I'm making more zines like the one that I'm creating right now, I want to be able to take everybody through that whole process, or at least for the most part through that process, so they can see what I'm doing to get it to the market and into the hands of the people that matter. But what does any of that have to do with this space right here? Like I said, I just want it to look prettier. Let me turn off my light here. Straighten up the camera. This right here, what you're looking at in this exact frame, is what I normally do. This is how I normally show up here. You know, it does the job. Sometimes my big piece of art will be back there. It does the job, but it's not exactly, I mean, look at that mess back there. We'll talk more about that in a second, but look at that mess back there. Just full frontal lighting and nothing going on in the background. Not that I want to highlight anything what's happening back there right now, but that full frontal lighting right there, that's according to all of the photographer people that I've watched on YouTube, that's not exactly the best way to go about this. Sure, natural light is great, but I should be able to do this in a different way. So one of the things that I've decided is kind of rotate myself and put myself in a different position, because I love this natural light, but I was thinking that maybe it should be over here. Now that really doesn't change much, because it's still just one light source. I still have this stupid cheap ring light that if I can figure out how to turn it on. So now that's something. I thought, well, okay, this isn't a natural position for me to sit in. I want to create something. I guess I could, you know, like, I don't know. The way my desk is right now isn't ideal. So I think I wanted to rotate my desk this way, but this particular desk may be a little too big for that because of the space that I have here. And then I want to do something a little bit more with this. I don't want this to just be a canvas back here. I want to do something, because if I move that canvas, knocking everything over, which is precisely why I need to clean up some of this space. If I move that canvas, you see that big old window back there, which is, I don't know, it just looks like a big light back there, and that's not super attractive either. So thinking I want to kind of somehow figure out how to cover that space, and that would be the backdrop. In order for me to get rid of this desk, or at least move this desk, and put it somewhere else, I need to figure out what to do with all this other stuff. Here we go. The big reveal. I'm not happy about any of this, but this is the chaos. Now, a lot of this is stuff that I just happen to, we just don't have a lot of space in the house. And so we have stuff that's just here taking up space. You know, these chairs that we don't use anymore, but my wife refuses to get rid of. My son's bike, I've got some random stuff. All this stuff is things that probably needs to be in a yard sale, but because of COVID, we can't do a yard sale. I've got some of my large canvases here. I got a bunch of different supplies here. I've got this cabinet, which essentially is just taking up space as well. Some of the art and some other collector's stuff. Art stuff, shipping supplies. Back there, more shipping supplies. My whole tool table, which is essentially just holding things up. I've got the toolbox over here, filled with tools that don't ever get used. Some display for when I would do shows, but I don't really do those anymore. Miscellaneous crap. And then, of course, storage for things that, like normally, you can see Christmas stuff, and then chairs and coolers. And then the desk. Combination of electrical wires, paint, tools. Got a rolling drawer there. A rolling drawer here, and a rolling drawer here. I've got another cabinet back here. And for the most part, this is it's just a huge mess that needs to be taken care of. Is it the best situation? No. Is it the worst situation? No. But could I make it reasonably better with a little bit of investment? Yeah. Maybe buy a different desk that's a little bit more narrow. I can take a lot of this stuff off the desk and not have to worry about that. Put this big desk and push it over there. Get rid of that other cabinet. This desk would at least allow me to put some stuff on and under it. That one just holds up stuff. I have a lot of things in here that just hold up other things. But what is it all really for? Well, I'm hoping it's for you, because I'm thinking that it might make some people more invested in what I'm doing if they enjoy the environment. I've watched all of these stories of success on YouTube stories, and I'm totally aware of the idea that the success of one creator versus another is 100% anecdotal. What happens with me on this channel is completely independent to me and might not have any reflection to you or anybody else. What I do is based on every single aspect of who I am, what I'm producing, what I'm talking about, how I put it out there. And no matter how hard I might try to be like somebody else, a different creator who has gotten more success faster, no matter how much I might follow their exact roadmap, I am never going to achieve what they've achieved or in the way that they achieved it, because all of my circumstances combined are not going to equal up to their circumstances. Your success is never going to be the same as mine is never going to be the same as yours. I could get a really good friend and have them start a brand new YouTube channel, and I could go and start a brand new YouTube channel. We could both do the exact same things. We could make the same exact content, we could talk about the same thing, we could read the same script, we could use the same thumbnail image, we could use the same copy, tags, everything. We could do everything exactly the same. And our growth will be completely different because of everything else in our circumstances. So whenever you're watching these videos of anybody teaching you anything about success in any category whatsoever, always keep in the back of your mind that it's anecdotal. It's a story based on their circumstances. Take in the lessons that matter, but also understand that you may not achieve what they've achieved in the timeline that they've achieved it. I get comments on this channel all the time as people say, I can't believe you only have so many followers. You should have so many more. You've been here for so long. And mostly that's because I've kind of treated this channel a little bit ambivalently. I'm just gonna do what I want. And you know, I try to focus on the things that I thought mattered, but I didn't really spend as much time and energy in it as I should have. So now, I want to see if I can level the playing field a little bit. I'm going to use some of these tools that I have available to me, like setting up a different environment, making sure my lighting is a little bit better, maybe putting a little bit more energy into my thumbnails and my titles, and you know, just doing the things that some of these people say are good practices, get into that, and then figure out what happens next. Maybe, just maybe, it is me. Maybe a bunch of kids on YouTube don't want to watch some old grandpa looking dude. Maybe their grandpa is cool, punk rock like me, and maybe they enjoy that, or maybe they don't. I don't know. You know, again, I'm just making this up as I go along, just trying to use what tools I have available, and you know, you guys should do the same. Don't do exactly the same. Do the same as it applies to your story. Now, I've got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do in here. I got a lot of work to do in the house with all the projects I'm working on. So there's a lot to be done. A lot of things are going to be happening over the next few months, and you're going to be part of it the whole way through. And I'm still going to be doing the other content, the stuff that you appreciate, the stuff that the people that, you know, wander in here aimlessly, those people, I'm doing stuff for you too. And then the people that are subscribers, I'm hoping that maybe I can get you to come back. I'm going to try and find a way to get you to come back within the fold, because 8% of you is not nearly enough. That's not going to work for me. I'm going to need more of you to come back and watch more videos. If you did come back and watch more videos, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you do me a favor. Go down into the comments and tell me, hey Dave, I really appreciate you. Or, you know, say whatever you want. And while you're down there, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. Make sure you hit that bell so you never miss a thing, and you can come back and watch me so I can get that number, that metric up a little higher. That if you enjoyed this conversation, make sure to share it with all your homies. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this second video of the week. Decided that the new schedule, big, deep, air quotes, the new schedule is going to be Tuesday videos, Friday videos, and this is obviously the Friday video, so I will see you on Tuesday. Remember, be good today, be even better tomorrow. See you.